Hey everybody, and what is up? Welcome back to another Epic Knights review video. Now, I know this is weird, but I have just figured out that you can trim Epic Knights armor with vanilla armor trims. So, for reference, I'm on 1.21 Neoforge here. I tried this before, I think on Fabric, and it did not work. I don't know why, but it works now. And oh my goodness, I've got to try something. Hold on, I'll be right back. Evidently, that did not work out the way I wanted it to. I was trying to see if you could trim the Great Helm to get the gilded part. But because the piece on the front is a separate armor layer, and like the trim goes underneath of it, you can't do it. But anyways, guys, welcome back to another Epic Knights add-on review. In the last one, we covered all this armor you see behind me, and plus a bunch of miscellaneous helmets that were completely standalone. And I want to say this because I'm gonna forget it later like I did in the last one. We hit 15 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Okay? It always puts a smile on my face. So if you guys want to see this smile more, subscribe. Yeah. So today we are going to be covering some full sets of armor, okay? And, well, some of them aren't entirely full, but, like, they're not miscellaneous helmets. There was so many standalone helmets, that's why they got their own video. But these ones are, like, full sets or standalone other pieces. And there wasn't really too big of them to make a category, so we're just going to do one whole video for them all. And, guys, I gotta tell you might want to sit down, strap in, because there's like 20 sets. Oh, man. So, starting with our first set is the 13th century knight armor. We'll cover the statistics in a second, but this is how you craft the helmet. It is a tablet helm and steel plate. This is how you craft the chest piece, 4 steel plates, and chainmail shirt. This is how you craft the leggings, 5 steel chainmail, and 1 pair of pantyhose. And this is how you craft the boots. 3 steel chainmail, 1 pair of normal chainmail boots. So you will need chainmail chest plate, pantyhose, and then boots. Yeah. This is how the armor looks. I actually really like the way this one looks. And the Great Helm is 3 armor, 0.4 armor toughness. Chest piece 6 armor, 0.35 armor toughness. Leggings 5 armor, 0.35 armor toughness. Boots 2 armor, 0.35 armor toughness. Up next we have, I think this is like the only solo armor piece in the mod that's not a helmet. This is the articulated chest plate, and I love the sprite work for this. This looks really much like a medieval piece of armor. So it is crafted 2 steel ingots, a half armor, 3 small steel plates, and 2 blaze powder. This is how it looks, and it has the exact same stats as Maximilian armor. So, okay, no, it has 1 less point of armor, 0.5 less armor toughness, with the same knockback resistance. So I really like it. Now, to finish covering up the gilded armors, so these are ones that aren't completely gilded, aren't dark blued, or aren't darkened. These are like normal ones, but they have like gold pieces on them. So this is the ceremonial cast and burst set. It is crafted with your gilding template, your armor piece, and you're going to be advised that there's no leggings. And apparently this is dyeable, because you'll notice that this is rendering in brown when it should be red. This is a common bug on Neoforge where it does this. I don't know why. They haven't fixed it, but anything dyeable shows up as this brown. Oh, and in case you were wondering, the statistics for it are 3 armor, 1.25 armor toughness, 50 knockback resistance. So that is, yep, it should be the same, because I mean, it's just kind of for looks to have it all ceremonial. Next up, the darkened silver Maximilian armor. I love this set. I really love the darkened and silver one. I wish that they would make a darkened and silvered Great Helm, I think it would be fantastic. So what you do to make this is you take your normal darkened Maximilian armor. You have to darken it first. Then you take a gilding template, and then your silver ingot. I don't have silver, so just pretend that's silver. That's steel, but that's silver. And you apply that to all these. Now, do be advised that there's also the bellows version of this helmet, but I'm not a fan. It's the same stat-wise, because this is all just kind of for looks. A lot of this armor is the same as the rest, but it's just for looks. But I really like this one. Up next, we have, I think, maybe one of my least favorite sets of armor that this mod has to offer. And that's the Gilded Green Witch set. I'm not a big fan of the Green Witch armor because, first of all, I like symmetrical armor, and so having all the breathing holes on only one side makes no sense to me. But you have to go up here to see the little visor holes. It still looks very nice though, and it even comes in darkened gilded, which for some reason looks a little bit better to me. I mean, it looks a wee bit better. I don't know, I'm still not a fan. Up next we have the gilded half armor, which the half armor is used in a ton of recipes here. As you can see, we're going to actually cover some of this armor later, like this one right here, which is one of my favorites. But I don't think the gilded half armor is used in anything. Is it? No, it's not. So this right here is also just for looks, but it is the exact same as the normal half armor. For those of you that like the Green Witch Dark Gilded Armet, but you do not like the Green Witch style, I present to you the Dark Gilded Clothes Helmet. Now, this one is beautiful. I love it. It is amazing, honestly. But there's a problem. I'm pretty sure this is the only item in the mod that does not have a crafting recipe yet. It has it on Forge, where this mod's like outdated. It only goes up to 1.20. It has it on there. The Forge one has all the recipes. The Forge one is like virtually bug-free, at least as far as I know. But on the version I'm playing on, Neo Forge 1.21, it does not have a recipe. See, this is from the Vampirism mod. Ignore all this. It is not here. It's not here. Oh, wait. No. Here it is. Okay. So you take Darkening Template, your Gilded Clothes Helmet, and your black dye. So you need the Gilded Clothes Helmet. Okay. So the Gilded Clothes Helmet looks like this. And you just gild it like normal. So this one is weird though, because to get the Darkened Gilded version here, you have to gild it and then darken it. So it's opposite of what everything else is. I think that is the actual bug. But at least it has a recipe, so you guys can still get it. So next up, we have this chest piece, which I believe is called the Pizod chest piece, which actually looks very cool. If you don't know what this armor is, it's like if you ever seen a drawing of a medieval knight and you notice that their chest piece looks like it's coming down into like a cone shape. I think that's supposed to be this. So this is 4 small steel plates, 3 steel nuggets, and a half armor. And it also comes in gilded, darkened, and dark and gilded. So these all have the same stats: 8 armor, 1.25 armor toughness, 50 knockback resistance. So it's about the same as your normal knight armor, or gothic armor, cast and burst armor, all that. It's about the same. But again, this is just another really nice looking option. Up next, we have the silvered dark half armor. Now, guys, I mean it this time. This one does not have a crafting recipe. See, look, I looked, none here, none here, none here, none here. It's not here because the darkened half armor does not exist. You only have the darkened silvered version, so it just doesn't exist, but it has the exact same statistics as the normal half armor. So if you somehow get this, you'll be able to look good in style. Ooh, got another Dark Souls looking armor here, folks. This is the Steel Puff and Slash armor. Now, it only comes in chest plate and boots. That being said, it looks amazing, and I love the way it looks. This is how you craft a chest piece. 4 steel nuggets, 4 steel ingots, 1 half armor. Love the way this looks. I love how they did the little bands and stuff. So later on we'll cover what the non-steel puff and slash chest piece is. But this looks way better. The boots are crafted like so, which is weird because it's the exact same recipe as the chest piece. But you replace these two with steel plates, move this ingot up, and get rid of the half armor. Or that's a nugget. So, this is the exact same as, like, your main knight armor and stuff. But I just love the way it looks. It also comes in gilded, which, if you want my opinion, somehow does not look as good. I don't know how. But it's also the exact same statistic-wise. Next up, we have the darkened gilded gothic armor. Say that 3 times fast. Darkened gilded gothic armor. I can't do it. Okay, so this one, I'm still sitting on the fence on whether or not I like it. I mean, it doesn't look bad, but it doesn't look good either. I mean, like, the gold on here looks like too faded to be like cool looking gold. By the way, it's crafted the same and same statistics. But let me know what you guys think. I just don't like this one. There are no leggings, by the way, be advised. Up next, we have the gilded chainmail armor. Now, this one, I gotta say, is weird, because it does not come with boots, but it does come with leggings. And you gild it the same way as any. Up next, we have the Gallo Glass set. Now, this set is entirely full except for the helmet. But I have to say, I love this set. I love it. Okay, it's got the weird glitch where it's brown when it's dyeable, so here, let me see what I can do. I can put red dye on it, right? Ooh, yeah, I like that. Okay, I'm wearing that. So, basically, this is the chest beat recipe, by the way. It is the exact same as normal chainmail armor. But I love the way it looks. This is like your nice fantasy armor, because, you know, you got the leather bracers and stuff. That is how you craft the leggings. And that is how you craft the boots. So the idea with the Gallo Glass one was that it was chainmail over top of gambeson. But this is plate armor over top of gambeson. And it's a lot more gambeson than plate armor. So this is how you craft the helmet, which is called a chapel. Very cool. I like it. I like it a lot because it's your first dyeable kettle hat. Like, you can actually dye the bottom part of it. I really like that. That's how you craft the chest piece. And that is how you craft the boots. So, what are the statistics of this armor? Well, normal gambeson 3, chain gambeson 4, and 0.2 armor toughness. So it's a really nice in-between armor, and it's not quite as good as the Gallo Glass. But still, if you're doing like a, you know, if you're like trying to convey a peasant-y vibe, I guess, this would be your armor. This armor looks insanely good and is criminally easy to craft. This is the engraved closed armor, and I love it. This is the crafting recipe for the helmet. But just look at it, man. It's like the gilded one was looking pretty bad, but this one looks so good. There's a crafting recipe for the chest piece, by the way. And it is exactly on par with your normal knight armor. And it looks so good. I used to think this armor looked good until I saw the engraved armor. This is the English knight armor. It is precisely on par with your normal knight armor from the main mod. It only comes in chest plate and boots. And I do not think it is dyeable. Okay, confirmed, it is not dyeable. Oh, and this is the crafting recipe for the boots, by the way. Moving on from that, we have the heavy brigandine armor. This is the chest piece. This is the leggings. And these are the boots. Now, this armor is on par with the rest of your knight armor. So it is very cool to be able to upgrade your brigandine like that. Now, due to the name, I actually thought that this armor was wooden, because this is the splint armor, and it looks so much like the heavy brigandine armor that we just covered. And I actually couldn't tell the difference, so I put them side by side, and you will quite clearly see the difference is on the chest piece. They are both crafted with the brigandine, but oh, those are the leggings recipe, by the way. They are crafted using different materials. This one's more plates, this one's more small steel plates, so you get this kind of pattern going. It's very cool, though. And statistically, it is exactly on par with the rest, like the heavy brigandine. And these are the boots recipe, by the way. But it's still a cool armor. I mean, I don't know why they went with like a separate collar here. That was kind of weird. Up next, we have some more plate armor. This is the ADDON armor. And you are supposed to craft it with red dye, but it shows up brown. But, however, that does mean that it is dyeable. So let's see what it looks like with bright green. Oh, I love that. That'd be really cool for like subtly like designing factions and stuff. This is the boots recipe, by the way. Probably the cheapest I've seen. Up next, we have one of my absolute favorite armors. This is the coat of plates armor. Now, coat of plates. That is, I don't know why they chose that word for this, because this is chainmail. But I'm going to give you guys the informal name that I made up. The informal name I made up is the medieval blacksmith being sent into battle look, because the way that the armor like is on, you don't see this side bit here. So this makes it look like an apron, like a leather apron. And then, you know, I don't know what these are, but like it looks like a leather apron being worn over top of chainmail. And I love this idea. If I was a medieval blacksmith and I was being sent into a crusade, this is probably what I would wear. Because, you know, I can't afford my super cool fancy armor. Up next, we have what I think is one of the craziest things in Epic Knight's history. This is not knight armor. This is Proto-Maximilian armor. Now, before I saw this armor, I was 100% sure I knew what proto meant. It means like before. But now, I have no idea. Because this is based off of one of Maximilian's armors that you can see in a museum. So this isn't before Maximilian. This like is Maximilian, but this is like before his main one. And it's a lot smoother. But also, previously, this used to be a very cool, like, not a glitch, but like a very cool way to cheese this mod. See, it used to have the exact same protectional value as the normal Maximilian armor. So when Epic Knights introduced the update that made it to where you have to have the netherite upgrade to even think about upgrading your knight armor to Maximilian armor, you could simply bypass that by making this armor. The recipe for it has not changed, but apparently they fixed it finally. And so now it has the exact same stats as regular knight armor, but instead of 1.25 armor toughness, it's just 1.5. Oh, and in case you were wondering, the boots recipe isn't too hard. It's pretty much the same. Oh, and also, just so you guys can see what I'm talking about, this is normal Maximilian armor, this is the Proto Maximilian armor put side by side. That way you guys can tell. I mean, they used to be the same protective value, so it was really just what you wanted to look for. But now you pretty much have to go with this one. However, there is a darkened variant of this, which I must say looks fantastic. Now, this is the Saracen armor here. This is a Turkish armor, I think, from the Crusades. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, this will definitely have the craziest crafting recipe journey for you guys because of the sheer amount of like exotic armors and stuff that you have to gather to make this. So this requires 1 string, which is already crazy, 2 woolen cloth, a red dye, and a Norman helm. But then the chest piece is going to take you 2 woolen cloth, a leather strip, and 2 red dye, and then a chainmail shirt. But then the boots is where things get crazy. You need 2 red dye, a leather strip, and do not be fooled by the icon. This is not chainmail boots. This is lamellar boots, which have an almost entirely different recipe that is way more expensive, especially on leather. So, with that in mind, be very careful when you're making this set, because it requires such weird ingredients. Like, I don't know why they didn't make it chainmail boots, you know, because you already use a chainmail shirt. With that being said, though, it is actually more protective than chainmail armor at 6 armor points and 0.2 armor toughness. And the boots, okay, the boots you actually give up a point of armor toughness, and then the helmet is the same. Oh, and, okay, and this is the plus side here. This armor is dyeable. Next up, in this crazy crafting recipe segment I'm doing here, with the Saracen armor, and now this armor, which is the mirror armor. Now, I don't know what armor this is supposed to be. I don't know. It looks cool, though, and it's only got 2 pieces. So to craft the chest piece, you will need 4 steel plates, and a lamellar shirt that is not chainmail, that is lamellar. But now the boots. The boots is where things get crazy. 2 steel plates, 2 lamellar rows, and vanilla leather boots. Wow, and, okay, let's see, 2.8. Okay, this one's only 0.1, so it is still an upgrade, and then that's 8, and then 0.8. So this puts you about on par with normal knight armor. So if you wanted your lamellar armor to be on par, yeah, I guess you can. Alright, get ready for this one, because this one looks crazy awesome. Okay, again, shout out to the texture artist or artists for this mod, because the way that they've pulled this one off is so great. I think this is actually supposed to be like Roman, but I could be wrong, So this is the embossed parade armor, and that's why I think it's Roman. It is about the same as your normal knight armor. This is how you craft the helmet. The chest piece recipe is actually very, very simple. I was quite surprised. This is literally it. And then if you thought that was simple, look at the boots recipe. Even simpler. Yet another armor that does not have a crafting recipe. This is the dark gilded parade armor. It features a burgonet, a chest plate, and boots. It looks, honestly, though, super cool. I like how this chest piece, though, is done, because it kind of reminds me of an ancient Roman chest plate. Yeah, definitely not a hint for anything in the future. But anyway, I like this one. It's kind of simple, kind of nice. Wish it had a recipe, though. Okay, next up we have the tilted puff and slash hat, which was supposed to come with the ADDON armor, but I completely missed it. And, well, here it is. And it comes brown, but it's actually supposed to be red. But I dyed it red anyway because it reminds me of a certain king. Comment down below who you think I'm talking about. So up next we have the Avant armor. Yes, I do believe that is what it's called. The Avant armor. Now, again, this one shows up brown, but it can be dyed. It is supposed to be blue. And I like it because it's like the only armor that has like slippers here. Very cool. It does have leggings, but they were bugged out. They're like bright pink. They're not what they're supposed to be. And the helmet. Okay, the helmet, it does not come with a helmet. But in the museum, where you actually get to see it, it has a T-bar butte on it. This is how you craft the chest piece, by the way. This is how you craft the boots. It is directly on par with your normal knight armor. Alright, guys. Final armor in the mod is the Puff and Slash armor. Now, we're going to be covering the hat in a separate video because this is technically an armor decoration. But, this is the recipe for the boots. They must be crafted with brown dye. And then this is the recipe for the leggings, right here. And so, I chose the one that defaultly comes white. So you see the way that this works is there's 16 colors. Like, Minecraft 16 colors. And then you craft them with one color. And then you can dye them a different color. So you see the parts on here that are white? Well, then I could dye this armor further. And let's say I wanted the other half for, I don't know, how about bright green? Check that out. So that's what I can do with that. And then that's the recipe for the chest piece. So, it is not quite on par with leather armor. It's honestly just decorational. But it's supposed to be the Lance Connector armor, which is from famous mercenaries during the Middle Ages. So I hope you guys did enjoy this epic mod review. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So, and again, thank you guys for the 15 subscribers. Oh yeah, I can't believe we hit that amount. I mean, honestly, that's just crazy. But, if you're watching and you are not subscribed, hit subscribe, please. Please, 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 please. You can always ignore my videos, but please, subscribe. But, I want to say thank you to everyone who is subscribed, everyone who will subscribe. And also, okay, huge thank you to my friend for building this set. We still have one aspect of the mod to cover, but we will be doing that in the next and final video of this review, which will be the armor decorations, coming very, very soon. And yeah, so I will just see you all in the next one. Bye!